Hey guys, welcome to Somewhere in the Middle. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Angie.
And today we are discussing a much requested topic, which I guess is a popular topic everywhere, I guess. Today we're looking at sex and the single ladies. So let's get into it. This topic obviously is one that's very taboo, amongst public discussions. A lot of us feel like we have sexually liberated ourselves at some point. This is kind of a re-emergence now of that kind of uh, women's liberation movement, where it comes to not being judged for sexual activities, and women are pretty much trying to take back their power. But where does it all start? Who are we taking it back from?
Boy, that's the $1,000,000 question, right? We're taking it back from society. Society put these labels on women, and you get labeled names, by owning your sexuality, right? We'll call you promiscuous. Amber Rose tried to do the whole thing with the slut walk and things of that nature. I guess we're taking it back from society. Society has given women a negative stigma when it comes to owning your sexuality, and we're taking it back. We're redefining what sexuality is. I don't know why I wiggled.
Okay, well, I see how that has happened. I think for me, it started kind of as as a little kid. We all kind of taught, we have to keep ourselves to ourselves. Some of us were raised, religious or Christian or Catholic or Muslim or whatever, and throughout all of those religions, women are taught to hold themselves sacred. So at this point, do we want to stop teaching our daughters that, or how do we transition from this is your most prized possession and you must honor it and hold yourself up to a high standard of chastity and virginity, to now saying we supposed to be as free as everybody else?
Right. I think part of that is including men in the conversation. I think, it's great. You're growing up, your mama said, you don't give your cookie, your pocketbook, whatever they called it, to nobody else. It's special, it's sacred. But what conversation were we having with men? What conversation were we telling them about, not having sex with multiple women, not having, multiple babies, being more controlled over their sexuality, because it takes two to tango, right? And I think a lot of those gender roles that a lot of people are kind of rebelling against now with their children, that kind of stems from that. Instead of it being a woman conversation or a girl conversation, it's a minor, conversation. And any children in the household should be talked to about sex, about what it is, what it's for, because I think, for me growing up, we talked about sex. My mama worked for the health department. She used to come and give me condoms. But we never talked about how your body feels when you have these emotions and, your crotch is hot and your body's tingling. What do I do with that? So I think having the conversation with, kids of an appropriate age, including the boys, will help everybody to have a viewpoint, you know what I mean, of sex and how it will, impact them as they're growing up. Does that make sense? You froze. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We had a little technical difficulties at the studio. I don't even know where we left off.
Yeah. Basically, we were saying that we don't throw away the entire conversation of chastity and honoring your body, honoring your spirit, your space. But we share the conversation. We don't make it a girl conversation. We make it a adolescence, growing up, puberty conversation, and we don't specify or single out girls and their sexuality. Um, but I know I have a teenage daughter at this point, and I don't know that preteen, and I don't know that she has established her own identity when it comes to herself as a sexual being. But as her mother, I will give her the information that she needs to know, as far as if you make the decision to explore this, these are some of the consequences that can happen. I don't necessarily have a feeling that I want her to be more pure than I want my son to be. I want both of them to understand that their body is the only one that they get, and every decision that they make, whether it's regarding their body or not, has consequences. So, and just want them to be informed. But anyway, let's go back to us, because that's this little parenting, sidetrack. So here we are, we grew up with whatever thoughts we had about it. And I'm quite sure yours and mine were completely different. But at this point now, we're both, of a certain age, single, all the way grown. Um, how is our generation approaching this topic at this point?
I think some of us are still operating like teenagers in regards to it. I think some of us have unrealistic expectations when it comes to sex and our partners that we choose to engage in. Me, on the other hand, since we're talking about us, I'm realistic about my expectations. I used to, once upon a time, think that the way that you got a man was to have sex with him, and the way to keep him was to, submit to his sexual willing, his sexual requests, and to submit to those. That's how you kept a man. Fast forward now, we understand that those dynamics aren't true, but I have realistic expectations, when it comes to have sex. I do have, I won't call it needs, because I feel like when you call it needs, you put it at the same level as food and air, But I do have desires that I like to be quenched. And I'm not in a relationship. So that means you have to act with certain things, right? There's a realistic view, there's a safety view, there's a
Idealistic.
yeah, yeah, but, safety, being safe and real about it, So that's how I operate. How about you? How do you operate?
I ain't gonna say I keep a team, but I, you first I want to just what I used to do, how I used to look at it, because I used to look at it when you were like, you in order to keep a man, you had to blah blah blah. I looked at it like, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. He gonna be here, he ain't. I feel like a man who was a cheater was gonna be a cheater, regardless to whatever I did. So I was just gonna be me, and if he was gonna either roll with it or move around, period. But the crazy thing about the way I used to look at it was like, if I meet somebody, I already told y'all, if I meet somebody, I put them in a certain box. I already know what box they in, and they could, move out of one box and move to another. But for the most part, once I meet you, see what you about, I know, hey, either we finna, take care of business, we gonna, just be cool, or or if I'm really thinking you have some redeemable qualities that, could go the long run, then I'm gonna treat you like somebody that we maybe have a future together. But what I wouldn't do is, if I felt like you were somebody that I could have a future with, I would not cross the line into sexual relationship until you showed me that we were together on the road to being together, I should say. Because what I didn't want was for this guy that I'm thinking, oh, he's this, he's that, he's everything, and then I'm gonna give myself to him only to be let down. So
Mm,
that's what I didn't want.
yeah.
I didn't want to be, saying, oh, I'm doing this because I'm feeling a certain kind of way, thinking we together or we gonna be together, or he has those qualities, somebody that I would actually want. So I would literally only sleep with somebody that I felt wasn't going nowhere, no way. So we're gonna have fun, turn up, whatever.
Right. But
Uh,
it's funny though, because like I think, we used to kind of operate like that. And like even now, in recent history, in the last couple of years, I met somebody who I wanted to have a strictly sexual relationship with, a nice, healthy relationship. I'm talking about, tested together, the whole 9 yards. And then at one point, the dynamics change. All of a sudden, here go two consenting adults, two single adults engaging in a friends with benefits type situation. And then a couple of months later, the dynamic changed. All of a sudden, he wanted more from me. And I think I wanted more from him. And I didn't know what to do with that situation, because we had based our two consenting adults came together in with a healthy sexual relationship, and somehow some feelings snuck in there. They snuck in while we were asleep. And then I didn't know how to change the dynamic of our situation. And that was the place I had been trying to avoid getting to, because I knew that there was no longevity in it. At least I thought it was no longevity in it. And and then we were torn. We were at a crossroads, and we decided to go separate ways because he wanted more than I could give, and he couldn't give me what I needed. So it's sad. But it was a healthy
so
break.
it can be a sticky, even at this age. I guess it can be a a sticky situation. I tend to look at things now more so based on what my overall picture, how I feel like you're gonna fit in my overall picture. I am single, been single for a long time, and so clearly I didn't say celibate. So um clearly, there are places where I can go to do what I need to do. However, and
Wait,
so
wait.
if I
There are places you can go to do what you go. Sorry.
y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, but at the same time, so if I take you on as, if I start dating somebody, I should say, um, I'm gonna have to look at the entire picture,
Mhm.
everything I have going on, and decide that that's no longer, I got to put all that to the side, and I got to focus on this now. And so, um, if I get into that mode with somebody, because I can't lie, like I'm not a liar. So, um, if I get in that mode with somebody where we trying to really see what's up, that it has to be really something possible there, because I'm
Right.
too old to be playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be playing no games with nobody. I'm not gonna be lying saying I'm doing this and not doing that. Because if I'm doing it, I'm doing it. And um,
Who gonna fight?
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Don't ask me if you don't want to know. But if I say I'm not, then I'm not. So I don't know. And then I get in that point of waiting to see if this person is worth taking to that step, or do I need to just keep on, doing what I've been doing,
Right. Well, I
So
tried your
I don't
advice,
know.
and your
It's
advice
almost
didn't
like
work
a
for
puppy
me.
love state,
I tried your
huh?
advice. I tried your advice. Your advice didn't work for me.
Which one?
Putting people in a box.
Girl, you ain't messed with that system yet.
Not at all. Not at all. I failed at it.
I don't know. I've been doing it so long. It's not even, it's pretty much automatic. I met one recently where, it could go either way at this point. But 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 I don't know. I think I'm a keep him where he at right now and just see, just see in the meantime. But it's kind of crazy because, like I said, in the meantime, while I'm trying to see, I don't really want to do anything else, just for that.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to just don't do nothing else and just focus. But then I'll be mad if I focus and then,
I mean,
nothing happens.
but you're good at cutting people off at if the relationship is either not what they said they're going to be, or if it's self-serving to one party. You're good at that. We are going to normalize dating one person at a time. No,
Negative. No, I do not agree. Back up, rewind, boop, boop, bring the train back, baby. No, I do not believe in that. No, I believe in what I meant was if I'm trying to see what's up with this dude, I'm not gonna be sleeping with nobody.
Right.
That's what I meant. Now, will I still, if my dating app go off, am I still gonna check it? Am I still gonna chit chat with other people? Of course. Of course. Because I'm still single. I mean, at the end of the day. And I would expect him to do the same exact thing, Now we get to the point where we are, yes, now we're engaging with each other, and we're dating and possibly sleeping together, and we're intermingling our existences, then yeah, no, I won't, I cut all that stuff out. I ain't got a problem with it. But no, just date one person. They ain't showing you nothing that they want a future with you, or they just no, they could be just wasting your time. No, negative. Nah, do not do that. Or you can, but I don't suggest it. Okay. Whew. Anyway.
Okay. That's funny to me because it's funny because all our lives, right, we have been conditioned to date one person at a time and explore the possibilities with that person. But then now that doesn't, you're right, it doesn't really work because you got people who aren't looking for love, they're looking for other things. And in order to kind of navigate through the sea of partners, you keep a
Ooh.
right, you keep a squad to see who's gonna be your MVP, and if you find your MVP, then you settle down, you know, two dogs and a picket fence or whatever in America.
I believe in that. I truly believe in that. And you will know, the person that is catching your attention, or but my thing of it is I'm not going to make a decision, a one-sided decision that's supposed to be made by two people. I'm not going to decide that you and me exclusive when really I'm the only one being exclusive and you out there doing whatever you know.
That part.
And I'm not going to sit and be acting like, I'm now I'm in a relationship and I have to stop doing all these other things and you ain't stopped doing it. Even if I want to. And that's my thing. As women, we do sometimes, some of us want that, relationship. We want that guy, that love, that, whatever. But if the man is not showing you that that's what he's here for, if he's not showing you that you're that one, if he's not making moves to ensure that, he's securing a woman of your caliber or whatever your standard is, if he's not showing that he's trying to be that and meet that, I'm not gonna sit around waiting for him, because I'm beyond build a man. I can't build no more men. So you either coming to me like we don't want to accord. I'm gonna give you attention. You're gonna give me attention. I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do. You gonna do what you say you gonna do. We're gonna meet in the middle and we're gonna have a good time and enjoy each other, or we're gonna move around. But in the meantime, I'm not gonna put all my eggs in one basket, acting like you put you on this pedestal and you got me down here in the gutter with the rest of these scrubs. No, negative. No, we can elevate each other step by step, elevate each other step by step. Go back and forth, elevating each other until we both on that pedestal together, and everything else is down there on the on the ground. And I have no problem with that at all. I mean, that's what we all want to get to at the end of the day. I'm a gangster, but at the end of the day, yeah, I wouldn't mind having, this my boo. Hey, all that's good, all that's great and wonderful. You're gonna have to take me just as I am, and I'm gonna take him just as he is, and we're gonna
Right.
come together and have a blast. But in the meantime,
Right. Right. I wholeheartedly agree. I don't disagree. So, is there ever a point where you could have multiple sex partners, or do you recommend having just one?
mm, so my outlook on that is safety first. Obviously, you definitely don't want to have yourself in a situation where you wonder who your baby daddy is, and um you out here, giving people the clap and all of that. You don't want that situation. So especially not this age, you out here dead like that. Even in your 20s and 30s, this just don't make you don't have to go through that phase. I heard about a family member who had a VD, and I was like, I'm 46, and Lord knows I have been sexually free and uninhibited for many many moons. Um, but I ain't never burned nobody, and I ain't never
Right.
been burnt. So I mean,
Right.
you got
Right.
to do things, in a certain order.
You gotta do
Um,
recon first.
hmm?
I say you gotta do recon first.
No, I can't stand you.
I
But
do.
yeah, absolutely. You have to
You
you
don't
got to
have a
take care of
quirk.
yourself.
You don't have a quirk that you do before you intimate with somebody.
I mean, I probably have a whole bunch of them, but tell me what you mean. You be investigating.
I no, like hearing them go to the
And
bathroom before you're intimate, or no. I okay. I digress. Go ahead.
okay, yeah, I don't know about that one. I think everybody, to each his or her own. I mean, I feel like if you are safe and you're not lying to nobody, that's my biggest thing. Don't be out here lying to nobody. Don't have somebody out here thinking that you this and you that, and you're all for them, and you out here in these streets bad. Like I don't agree with that part.
Right.
But I mean, as far as how many you, whatever you, I mean, that's you.
Right.
Take care of your business. Like if you're single, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you? What you think?
Only if it's at the same time. No.
Hey.
I don't. I feel like you know exactly what you said. As long as that you're being safe, I got different things that I need that I get from different people. Sometimes it's the same person. Sometimes it's not. I mean, it is what it is. Right now
Facts,
I don't
facts.
have anyone. So if anybody is offering, the inbox is open. But
Out of control. Well, I got all mine on hold right now, so
oh,
it
because you're
is
trying to
what it
see if this
is.
one is
I
gonna work.
mean, I'ma see. You know what I'm saying? I'ma see. I'ma see. Meanwhile, I'm still single. Don't get it twisted. But as far as that aspect of it,
Yeah.
we'll see. Who knows? If it lasts, if some turns into it, we can say, it's love at first sight. I ain't, laid eyes on nobody since I first saw you. And if it don't work out, you know, on to the next. So cool. If you're watching this, boo, I'm not talking about you. This is fictional. Anyway, so at the end of the day, if you have hangups, or if you have, opinions or feelings about sex, or whatever, and you don't really know if what you're doing is working for you, keep doing it. That's what I'm gonna say. I know people who, have hangups, and they feel like this and they feel like that, and then they complain about, constant headaches, and baby, look, you may want to go, let somebody hit that. But in the meantime, if it's working for you, go for it. If
Right.
it ain't, try something new. You
Right.
never know.
My feedback would be really evaluate if it's working for you. Don't say it's working for you if it really ain't working for you. So be honest with yourself.
Ooh, yes. Yes. Be honest with yourself every day.
You can't be like Nikki and Angie. Because listen, we've been doing this for 30 years.
Baby, we've been doing this for a long time. And you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Our opinions may not be for everybody, but what we always gonna do is give you the license to do things the way that you see fit.
Amen.
Hopefully where you ain't lying to nobody and that you not hurt nobody,
Right.
especially yourself.
Right. Oh, right. I like that.
All right, guys, that's about it for this topic. If you have anything that we missed or you want to talk about, let us know in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, sir. Bye.